you enjoy that cup of tea.
That is a great cup of tea.
Great cup of tea. Right, let's talk about Man United, of course, because Again, well, it's the story that never goes away, and it looks like Varane is done. United come out now and put on their official Twitter feed or social media feed that everything is all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, etc. And it's now just a question of him coming over. He's got to fly over, have the medical, etc. But it looks like Varane's going to be another member of the United squad. We've got Sancho as well. Really, really good squad.
Two great signings.
Here's the thing, though, right? And I know it's obvious what I'm going to say, but I'll say it anyway. Only one team can actually win that Premier League title.
Of course.
Right? So it's all very well saying, oh, United have got all these players, they should win it. But, City have got all these great players, and Pep spent £1 billion getting the current squad in place. Or he spent £1 billion to get where he is today, right? Solskjaer's been there 3 years.
Yeah.
Right? Now, I'm not saying that United have to win the Premier League, but what they need to do is to have to go all the way this season with whoever is going to win it if it's not them. So if it's City, if it's Liverpool, they have to challenge.
They need to be competing.
Yeah. And I think if United...
Can we not get away from the fact, though, that Man United have spent a lot of money as well in the last 10 years?
Of course they have. But the difference is that United have had to rebuild that depleted side that Fergie left.
Yeah, they've had to rebuild it, but Man City didn't have a side.
No, they didn't have a side, but he spent £1 billion building it.
He spent £1 billion building it, and they've won along the way.
But
Manchester
they're
United
now Premier League
have spent an awful lot of money and have not won nothing.
Of course they have, but Man City are the current Premier League champions. So United are trying to build a squad that's competing with a side that is currently as good as it gets. Right? We talked about Man City. They didn't become champions of Europe. Of course, Chelsea beat them. But you could argue that Man City are possibly the best side in Europe as well at the moment. You could have that conversation.
Well, yeah. Champions League, you'd say Chelsea, but...
I know, but as teams go, I know Chelsea have got their number. They had it in the league.
Man City, you would say, yeah. In Europe right now, they're the team.
So when people say United have got to win the Premier League, you're basically saying that Man United, under Solskjaer, for the money they've spent, the players are coming in, have got to find a better starting 11, a better squad than Man City, who have got arguably the best team in Europe at the moment. I'm not saying it can't be done, but I'm just saying understand what you're saying when you say Solskjaer's got to win silverware this season.
Silverware, yes.
No. Okay, Premier League title.
I don't think they need to win the Premier League. They need to challenge. They need to be there or thereabouts. They need to be going into the latter stages of the season and being in the mix for it. Of course, you don't have to win it, but as long as they're in a sort of progressive state. They finished second last season, right?
I think 12 points off, which is
miles
not
off
bad.
it.
No,
but
it's not.
Man City dropped off at the end of the season and they started resting. They lost some games, but they'd already had it. They got it done. They need to be closer this season. They've got to push Man City closer because at the end of the day, it is Manchester United and they're a huge football club. I think they need to challenge for a title. They need to look. Champions League, I think, is too far away for them.
Let me ask you this, because there's a lot of people that are very
FA
vocal.
Cup or Carabao Cup, it's still not enough for Man United.
I agree.
But it's progress.
Right. There are people like Simon Jordan. I'm a big fan. I love listening to Simon Jordan. But he's very much of the United will never win anything under Solskjaer, right?
Yeah, I'm on that level as well.
All right. If United go all the way to the very last game or two games before, right?
Yeah.
And, I don't know, draw 0-0 in a game they're unlucky not to win and Man City nick it on the last, will that shut up people like Simon Jordan, or will they still go, I told you, he's not won it?
Yeah, 100%.
So United
because you've got to get it over the line because they've been there. They've had the Europa League final. They had, was it 3 or 4 semi-final losses? So they're there, but the best managers get it done and get it over the line.
Okay, will a Europa League win stop those conversations?
Yeah, I think if you win a title, but they're in the Champions League though.
Okay, sorry, but if they drop out of that, because I don't want to mention Champions League because obviously that will stop people talking about it. Would an FA Cup win stop people talking about it?
I think if they win the FA Cup and finish second again, then yes, that I think then you have to start giving them the respect that they deserve.
And the same applies to the League Cup as well?
No, Carabao Cup's not. It's not enough.
Okay, so
Man City win it every season, so if they can actually take it off Man City, that's okay. But it's not enough for Manchester United to just be winning the Carabao Cup.
Right. See, I look at the United side now, right? I think when Varane tips up, we've got one of the best fours in European football, right? Best back fours, right? Well, Luke Shaw, you could argue, is the best left back in the world. He's in the conversation. Harry Maguire was outstanding at the Euros. You've got Varane, who's one of the most decorated players in La Liga, and Wan-Bissaka, we know, man for man, 1 for 1, one of the best in the world.
Is Harry Maguire better than Diaz? Is Varane better than John Stones? We've had this argument before.
But as a unit,
is Wan-Bissaka as good as Kyle Walker? When you say is Maguire as good as Diaz, right?
I'm not saying... I wouldn't say he's worse. But I think Harry Maguire was an absolute rock for England.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was 10 out of 10 when he played.
I'm not saying he's worse either. I think he's brilliant.
Right.
There's a good argument.
Look at the front three, right? I'm not saying they're the best, but they're up there with the best, the front three United have potentially got.
But you say this... They've signed a superstar talent in Jadon Sancho, but he hasn't played in the Premier League for how many years?
He could hit the ground running.
He could hit the ground running, and we hope he does. But, he didn't feature loads for England. He played, I think, one game, come off the bench as well. So Rashford hardly featured at all, finished the season really poorly. And Cavani isn't going to be able to play 38 games in a season. So outside of Cavani, they got Mason Greenwood, who I think is a brilliant young talent, but is not ready to carry Manchester United to a Premier League title.
I agree with
so
you.
I still think they're off it.
But it's not. Is Mason Greenwood good enough to carry United? Is Cavani, Greenwood and Martial, the three of them that will play that number 9 role for United, are the three of them good enough
to win the title?
Yeah.
No.
Are those three as an attacking? You don't think so?
No. They need a Harry Kane or a Haaland or someone like that. In my opinion, they have to sign a big number 9.
See, I think United can win the
superstar.
league with the current side they've got now, with Varane as well.
I don't think they can do it, Andy.
Imagine this, right? I know Rashford's out for a few weeks. I get that, right? You've got Rashford, Cavani. I'm talking about the big games. Rashford, Cavani, Jadon Sancho.
Yes.
Bruno, Pogba, and one other, probably Scott McTominay. And then you've got the back four, as I said, of Varane, Maguire, Wan-Bissaka and Luke Shaw, with a goalkeeper behind whoever that
It's a very good side.
It's an amazing team.
It's a very good team.
It's an amazing team.
It hasn't won anything yet.
No, but it will this season.
So you can't call it amazing until it actually does something.
Will United win the Premier League this season?
Absolutely not.
Can they win it?
No.
08717223334. This is Drive on talkSPORT with WeBuyAnyCar.com. Score yourself some extra time and avoid lengthy private sales.